Back again, viewers and subscribers. What's going on? You don't know the boy Yardman is here today. Well, big up to all my viewers and subscribers then first and foremost. And thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I always give the maximum respect goes out to you all, because without you this channel wouldn't be possible. So in everything I'm doing, I have to big you up and I have to give you the appreciation, and I have to thank you all the time to do what you do. Take the time out to view my content, watching my video. I always have to say maximum respect goes out to you. Please don't stop view, don't stop subscribe, because we still need to hit the 600 plus subscribers before the end of the Premier League season. But anyway, viewers and subscribers, don't forget we hear this first for your boy Yardman. So today we're going to talk about 3 players, and these three players that we're going to talk about, I just want to ask a question. Is these 3 players a game changer for football and the way football club conduct their policy around contract? And why I'm speaking about these 3 players, because these 3 players is in the headline for some reason or the other, and it all boils down. The reason why they can't leave, or the reason why no other club want them, is because of the wage package that they're on. And the players them that in we're gonna speak about is first and foremost is Gareth Bale from Real Madrid. And we know that Gareth Bale on a massive 600,000 per week contract with Real Madrid, knowing that before, when he left Tottenham in 2013, when he signed for Real Madrid for €200, that's what about at the time was 85 million pound. He was on 300,000 pound per week, and he was even ranked in the top 10 highest paid player, or lesser, in the top 5, I believe, or something around that. But he was up there in the one of the highest paid player at that time. Now in Real Madrid actually offer him a new contract in 2016, which in where they give him the 600,000 pound per week, and I think his buyout clause was what over $1 billion. They put him his buyout clause too. Now Gareth Bale is not really performing the way he should. He's not doing it on the pitch. We know him have a couple of good game in the Champions League when they win the Champions League 3 times in a row. We know that him have a couple of game where he actually prove his worth with the overhead kick in one final, and the next one when him dart down the wing again and score. So we know that he actually in the Champions League actually put in that work in finals, we have to say in final. But apart from that, is he the game changer that Real Madrid was looking for, that Messi, that Ronaldo? And he just did not live up to that expectation where Real Madrid expected that he was going to be even better than Ronaldo, because they were tipping him to be better than Ronaldo. This is why in 2016, when they believe Ronaldo was going to leave, they didn't want this either Ronaldo or Gareth Bale, and they go ahead and give Gareth Bale that lucrative deal because they believe that he was going to be even better than Ronaldo. We find out to come to terms that that's not the case. But why Gareth Bale can't leave Real Madrid until his contract expire in 2022? But who's going to take Gareth Bale on 600,000 per week? Nobody. And the reason why I'm doing this video most of all is because a couple of people asked me why we just don't get rid of Mesut Ozil, why we just don't sell him. So I was explaining to them. So I just put out this video to let other people know how it does work when a player is contracted at a club. The club can't just get up and sell them, because remember, they are a certain amount of money per week, unless the club that they're going to go to going to match that, or they decided that the club that they're going to go to, they decided a wage package, even if it's more or less, but the player have to agree to that wage package that the club going to give to them. That's the only way they can move. If they decided that, I'm getting this amount, Gareth Bale say, I'm getting 600,000, I will come to Man U. If you're going to give me 650, you're going to match my wages. And if Man U can't do that, he's just going to stay at Real Madrid. Real Madrid cannot do nothing. If they don't want to play him, if they want to put him in a reserve, they still have to pay him per week, whatever the contract is. And that's the way it goes. Now, David De Gea, he's the next player. When he come to Manchester United, he was, when he just signed, I think in 2011, if mine serve me right, I think he was on somewhere, I believe, 75,000 per week. We know at the time, Van der Sar, what's his name? That goalkeeper for the Dutch. He was there. Van der Sar was there at the time, and he was as an understudy. People didn't believe in him, but Fergie did believe in him. Fergie know that this young player, this young goalkeeper is going to be sensational. He can see the potential in him, and Fergie keep him on. And there's a lot of players who come there. You know, Bartes even come there. It's hard to be that number one keeper at Manchester United, because we see World Cup winner Bartes come there. It didn't work out for him. We see a lot of players come there. We know Schmeichel and Van der Sar. If Van der Sar, I believe that's the coach. I don't even quite remember, but please, yeah. I believe those are the two keepers who really come there and make that difference and live up to expectation there. So David De Gea in 2011-12, he was getting 75,000. In 2015, the contract was going to expire, and as I said, Fergie believed in him, and Fergie give him another contract, which that was, I think, was £200,000 per week. And in 2000, in the final contract that him get, I think in 2018, where he was, Real Madrid was actually sneaking around, and speculation was that his wife wasn't happy. But you know, he's from Spain, and they wasn't happy. She want to go back to Spain, and he would love to play to Real Madrid. That is boy club he would like to play for. And Fergie decided that, you know, Fergie stay once him believe in a player. I even know that David De Gea is a good player. You know that Fergie said, you know what, to keep him here, keep him happy, what we're going to do, we're going to give you a new contract until 2024, and that contract going to be £375,000 per week. Make him, I believe, the highest paid goalkeeper in football right now. Not even Alisson or Manchester City keeper getting as much as him. So that was where the game changer was. Now we know that David De Gea have a couple of mistakes. I know when a goalkeeper make mistake, it costs a team more than our defender would happen. Because defender will make a foul and we get a penalty. Maybe the goalkeeper save it and keep it back in the game. Maybe the defender get a red card, they go off and they just build a wall there and they just win the game with 10 man. We see it happen now before. When a goalkeeper make a mistake, it can be detrimental to the club. It can be that the club lose 3 points, lose the game. More likely 90% of the time that will happen. And we see that the blunder that David De Gea coming out with since this season. But people, don't forget that David De Gea, for 4 seasons, he was player of the season for Manchester United. He keep them in Europa League. He keep them, he make them win the last year for Fergie, when Fergie win the Premier League. He was in goal in the Champions League. We know that he's a good player, but he's going through a phase right now. We don't know if because of the family want to go back to Spain. We don't know what it is, but something is wrong with David De Gea, because we can see even the game with Chelsea, those 2 goals, you know, people, it's definitely his fault. Should have saved them, but sometimes we just don't know what's going on. But these players, the club can't just get up and sell them like that, because they have to want to go. And remember, the wages is the problem for a lot of club right now. The next player we're going to talk about is Mesut Ozil. You know, we have to speak about him because he's the highest paid player in Arsenal. And since him come there, he actually is, nobody really get, no, I lie. Ian Sanchez actually was on £140,000 per week, until Sanchez decided that he wants somewhere close to around 400,000, while they did put an offer for Mesut Ozil with 350. Sanchez said, no, I want 400. But is that where Arsenal go wrong when they give Mesut Ozil that 350,000 and make Sanchez go? I think that's where they go wrong, because by head and shoulder at the time, we know that Sanchez was the best player at Arsenal. Now, since Mesut Ozil signed that contract in 2018, does he really do anything? We can say we see blips. We see very where he actually perform in game. And Arsenal, like I said again, Arsenal cannot sell him because no club can afford his wages. And this is where we're going to talk about where people don't understand. Club cannot just get up and sell a player like that, because the player would have to agree terms and conditions with the other club. And if you are getting certain amount of money, would you leave that club not getting that money and go to a next club for lower. It's all up to you. If you feel like, you know what, that's the club I want to play for, I'm not playing here, I'm not happy here, I'd rather take less and go and play elsewhere. It is all up to the players. It's nothing have to do with the club. All the club have to do is either send you out on loan and pay some of your wages, or the club decide to pay all of your wages because they're not paying a fee for you, or something of the sauce. But it all depends on the player. So like we said, Gareth Bale, David De Gea, Mesut Ozil, we can't even speak about those three because those three is not really performing well at their present club. And the club cannot get rid of them because of the wages. We're not even going to talk about, because we know that Real Madrid, as I stated, by Gareth Bale for 85 million. David De Gea didn't really cost Manchester United a lot. Mesut Ozil cost us, what, 30 something, 35 million. So it's not what we buy the player for at times, is what the player's earning. And this is the big problem most clubs have. So I'm asking the question, is these three players going to make it be a game changer for club to see the way how they give player their contract? Because it's going to come down to where the Premier League club have to, if not this year, next season, or before the end of 24 or something around that corner, we're going to see a wage structure coming where club can only pay a player a certain amount. Because if they're constantly doing what they're doing like right now, it's going to cause the football to be in a meltdown, because they can't constantly dishing out these big money to player, and at the end of the day they don't perform, and it's all cause a problem. So I'm asking the question, is these three players going to be the game changer where club looking to give player the contract or live in the means of, oh, if they want to sell back this player, it is affordable for other club to buy him and to pay that wages? So that's my question to you. Don't forget who you hear it from first, because like I said, I believe a wage structure will come in the Premier League sooner rather than later. Remember, I tell you this so you can come back and check this video. As I said, yeah, man, did stay so because of the coronavirus, and club have, this is just like what do I call it, the light that start to shine on how football can affected by not playing, not having any fans in the stadium, and the big money that certain players. And we know Kevin De Bruyne is one of them who's on 350,000 as well. But you know what? Kevin De Bruyne is the best player right now in the Premier League. I hear they want to give the PFA this the what's it called? It's something another writer, and him and Liverpool captain is the front runner, but I believe by head and shoulder, and Henderson. Henderson is a front runner. I believe head and shoulder Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the Premier League, and he's actually living up to him 350,000 that he's receiving from Manchester City. Like player like Ronaldo, Messi, they are living up to the wages that they're getting, and the club is happy with them. They're bringing in back income coming in. Mesut Ozil doesn't really, David De Gea doesn't really, Gareth Bale doesn't really, bringing in back really nothing into the club since him signed in 2013. You know, the shirt sale, I believe after that, you know, he's not loved by Spain anymore, so the shirt sale wouldn't go up, and club is losing out. So like I said, this is going to be a big game changer for most club in football in Europe, actually, how they give player contract and how much money they put player on for their wages. So like I said, don't forget to hear first from the boy Yardman AFC. Big up on yourself. Please, I'm begging the viewers and subscribers, please subscribe to the channel, because we like to hit a certain landmark before the end of the Premier League season. I will stated that if we could hit 600, then that would be fantastic. I will just kick on from there. But big up on yourself, viewers and subscribers. Thank you very much. Yardman is here. I'm always here. Love you. Bye.